I have lost the ability to survive if I don't make lists. I used to laugh at my mom because she had Post-it notes all over the place. The entire like kitchen wall over the sink had like all these Post-it notes. I was like, Mom, like, and I always had a really good memory, and I could remember my to-do list for the day. I could remember to, tomorrow I've got to get, so and so birthday card or whatever. And now if I don't write it down, I either write it down at work. I've got all the notes on my desk, or I have to put things in my calendar with reminders to pop up and like, oh yeah, it's almost like, oh yeah, I have to put my pants on. And Erin, do you have pants on? I have them on or not.
No, we don't. We would never know. But I do think that what you're saying is like we're living in a responsibility snowball where when we were 20, we only had to worry about ourselves. And then when we were 30, we had to worry about ourselves and small children. And then when we were 40, we had to worry about, maybe a parent in there. But now it's like we're worried about our parents, our spouse's parents, our household, our children, our pets, our everything. So we've got like just so much more. And I also
and our futures.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. How are we going to retire? Can we retire? What happens? What everything going on right now too? Will the money be there? Will Social Security be there? What if somebody gets sick? It's a lot of.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about that recently because I feel like to this point in my life, career, and maybe it's just because I know my kids are just a little bit younger than but I worried about building my career and raising the kids and now I'm kind of like, I'm almost to that point where now I'm worried about, I don't think I planned enough for what's next. So now it's like, wait, let's pile on another worry about college and what comes after college, not just for them, but for me, like for my husband, for our house, for our household, for all of us together as a family unit. And it's, I don't know. So to your point, yes, Erin, it does,
absolutely.
And it snowballs.
All of this comes together too, like the 2 pounds per year that we talked about on the last episode. I'm sorry, but that 2 pounds in 10 years looks like 20. And now I'm going to lay awake thinking about that tonight. Thank you very much, Doc.
Exactly. So I always want us to be able to leave our listeners with some sort of an action item or a next step or some kind of something that they can take away, what do we do about this? Like how do you all, is there an answer to this? Are you doing Sudoku? Are you doing brain function puzzles to try to stave off any decline? Are you meditating? Are you having any brain supplements? Like I always joke that I should be taking that brain supplement, but I can't remember
what it's called. And then if you did have it, would you remember to take it without a list?
Exactly.
I could tell you that the spokesperson for the brain supplement that I was interested in that I forgot about until now was Blossom. Do you guys remember that show?
Yes. Was it Salil Moan Fry or something?
No, it was Punky Brewster. Jeez,
shoot. Sorry. See, my memory. I'm telling you, I need some of that.
Mayim Bialik?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, just another strange name. Sorry, I got them confused.
Yeah, she was the spokesperson, but I don't know.
I do the fish oil thing. I do. Okay. I will say that. I do. I take my fish oil every day. I think we were talking a little bit about it before the episode, before we started recording, that I do, there's a little bit that I feel like probably maybe a year and a half ago, I do feel like my focus and at least my focus was a little bit even more scattered than it is now. Do I blame it on the fish oil? Do I just blame it on potentially maybe an adjustment in getting used to the difference in focus? Because that is one thing cognitively that I struggle with is like focus or being able to completely devote my focus to something without being very easily distracted. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel.
Oh. And just reflecting on like work life from like my very first job to like a job now where you have like Zoom and Teams and like an open office setting. Like I don't have like I have a desk that I share with 5 other people, you know, so like there's just like I've gotten really good at tuning things out, but like I share a desk with 5 people, you know, like it's really they were having a conversation, they're having a conversation, you know, it's tough. Like there's a lot of inputs.
The world has done a really good job of trying to distract us. Erin, you talked before we started tonight about phones and, you know, the Facebook and the Instagram and the everything is now in your face and everybody's on everything all the time. And I mean, I don't even know if you can call it addiction or just obsession or just that's the way the world is living right now. And if you're not doing that, you're out of touch. So I don't know. But I do think the nature of things is not helpful. And also it doesn't give our minds time to rest. And your mind needs to be shut off sometimes. And I think technology gets in the way of doing that. So unless you're really good at unplugging, which I'm admittedly not, I think that's definitely a culprit.
You can even see that in movies and TV shows. Yeah, if you watch a movie that's from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, they generally would have this long opening and they'd show the credits at the beginning and you know, everything kind of took longer to develop and TV shows all had the intro songs and the, you know, and now it's just like right into the thing and it's bam, 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 you know, and it's fast cuts and it just everything around us, to your point, Megan, is designed to just distract us and, you know, seemingly keep us unable to focus. And yeah, I find I love to read. I've always loved to read, but I don't find myself reading as much. And I find when I do sit down to read, I have to make more of an effort to focus on the page and not, you know, it's very easy for my mind to just wander. And I'm like, wait, what did I just read? And I have to read the same paragraph again.
Absolutely.
Is anyone taking, other than my fish oil, is anyone else doing anything to help combat this? Obviously, Erin, you said reading does help when you can focus on the reading.
I do use reading to unplug and try to focus. And sometimes I'm better than others. And I think in general, just trying to stay active and, you know, we know that physical health and cognitive health down the road, like doctors are always talking about do the puzzles, do the reading, stay physically active. So I am mindful of doing those things so that my mind is always busy or you know, active. But other than that, I've not tried any supplement stuff.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I haven't either. I tend to always go back to playing music because I find that the only time that I'm not thinking about a million things and 100% focused on what I'm doing is when I'm playing with my band, or even listening to music. I find if I'm listening to something, I tend to really zone in and want to hear what's going on. And but yeah, like I had that realization one day that that truly is the only time that I'm not thinking a bazillion thoughts at once. And that's when I'm performing, you know?
That's great.